Hello gorgeous, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going over my April Shop My Stash and choosing my new Shop My Stash for May. I have all of the products that I chose last month in front of me. Some I got some great use out of, some I am ready to say goodbye to. So if you want to see what's staying, what's going, and what's coming into the new Shop My Stash, then just keep watching. I will start with the April Shop My Stash, and in that video I chose two primers that I knew were not my favorites that I wanted to see if I could fall back in love with, see if they are worth hanging on to. The first one was this Hard Candy Sheer Envy Mattifying Primer. This one I definitely reached for more than the other one. This one does a decent job of smoothing and mattifying. It just doesn't hold up as long as I would like it to. But for an everyday primer, this one is not bad. This one is gonna stay. The other one is the Colourpop No Filter Primer. This one, for a time, I did enjoy on the day-to-day. It did not blow my mind, but this one I did find in the last month that I was disappointed a lot with the longevity. So this one is gonna go. For foundation, I did choose the Sephora Best Skin Ever foundation. This one I've always enjoyed. I just don't find myself reaching for it as often as I should because it is a little bit on the thicker side. I found that when I use a sponge, I don't mind it. It's not even that it's really thick. It's almost just a typical foundation texture. I'm just so into those thin, like my Revlon Color Stay textures that still give the medium coverage, but this one is a good foundation. Today, I actually put it on and just used my fingers. It's staying. The other foundation that I chose in my April Shop My Stash is this one from Dior. This is the Dior Face and Body. I love this foundation. It was a joy to give it some love. It's going nowhere. This is a very flexible foundation. If you have dry skin, you're fine with this. If you have normal or oily skin, you're fine with this. Just base your primer underneath on it. This is a smooth, thin, medium coverage. It's just beautiful. I'm not sure I've tried anything from Dior that I did not like. I have a couple different foundations, but this one, I like the packaging. It's easy to travel with. You actually get, I believe, more than 1 ounce in here, so the price when you really look at it is not so bad. I believe mine is in the shade 2N. This one, stunning. I do have a lot of my Shop My Stash items on my face, and of course I will list them in the description box if you're curious what I am wearing, and of course I will list my new Shop My Stash items. I picked 2 concealers to give some love, make some decisions on in April. The first one was the Sephora Best Skin Ever Concealer. This is the one that I have on my under eyes right now. This one, I would like it to be thinner. I would like it to be brighter, but the brighter could be my fault. This was the shade that I chose, and this one is 10N. But this is a solid, high medium coverage concealer. I do enjoy it. I just have to be careful and put a little bit on and build. It's gonna stay. I also picked this Hourglass Vanish concealer. I do like this a lot. Again, I would like it a little bit brighter, but it's very smoothing, very pretty. This is a beautiful concealer if you're looking to splurge. It's getting hot in here. If you see a little bit of extra shine, it's me getting warm. I think it's gonna be in the 80s today. For powders, I grabbed 2. I grabbed this one from Realher. This is the Set Your Goal Blurring Powder. And this one, I wasn't sure about from the moment that I got it. And honestly, I think the problem is that it's just a little bit too dark. It is blurring, but I think you would need to have a deeper skin tone than me to enjoy it. So what I would do is if I had a lighter shade, I'm not even sure if they make a lighter shade, I'll try to look, but I don't think that they do. It's too deep to set under my eyes and not mattifying enough for my face. So this one is gonna go. The other powder that I chose is the Rimmel Stay Matte. This has been in my collection for a long time and I have enjoyed this one. Super inexpensive. I believe you can find it at Walmart or Walgreens. This is a light powder that is mattifying. It reminds me of my Essence All About Matte, but this one is a little less white, so you don't have to be quite as careful. The Essence All About Matte, if you're not light-handed with it, it can be a little bit white on the face. This one is a great powder. I fell back in love. It's a good one. It'll continue getting used, and it's gonna stay. 2 bronzers were chosen, 1 cream, 1 powder, and the cream bronzer that I chose was this one from Makeup Revolution. This is their Ultra Cream Bronzer. I own this in 2 shades. I have it in light and dark, and I love this cream bronzer. This is one of the best cream bronzers at an affordable price. If you don't like the stick format, you know I enjoy the Wet n Wild, or you don't want the sponge like the e.l.f. or the Milani, and this is the packaging that you prefer, this is great. It is under $10. It is super pigmented and gorgeous. The light is a perfect neutral shade on my cheeks. The darker one I haven't been reaching for as much, but I feel like I will for those super glam days when I really want that chisel, or if I have a little more color on my face in the summer. But this, fantastic, not going anywhere. The powder bronzer, I picked the L'Oreal Infallible, and this one I am struggling with. I do have it on today along with the Makeup Revolution. I honestly feel I have the wrong shade. This is in the shade medium. I hear such wonderful things about this bronzer. I'd like to pick up either the light or the light medium shade, because I do think that this is a pretty bronzer formula. When I put it on, sometimes I feel like it's a little warmer than I would like it to be, but it's gonna stay for now. In the highlight category, I grabbed 2. I grabbed this one from Saie. This is their super glowy gel in Stardust. And this, I believe you can use it for multiple things. I've seen people use this kind of like the e.l.f. Halo Glow or the Charlotte Tilbury, where you can mix it with your foundation or have it under your foundation. I like it as a highlighter, and you can still buy the mini of this. It does have a little bit of a strong scent, kind of like perfume, which I don't seem to mind. It doesn't seem off-putting, but what I really like about this product is the texture. It is silk and gel, so it feels very, very lightweight. I do have it on today, and it's just sort of peeking through my makeup. The texture is great. Get the mini. It'll last you forever. It's a good one, and it's gonna stay. The other one that I chose was the Flower Beauty. This is the Spotlight Liquid Highlight. I have mine in Gleam, and honestly, I think I used this maybe once. Liquid highlight is just not my thing. And this one, you do have to be careful. It can be very, very pigmented. I've tried it on my eyes. It didn't work out so well. I think it's time to say goodbye. I grabbed 2 liquid blushes. I grabbed this one from LA Girl. This is their Soft Matte Cream Blush. I have mine in the shade Grace. This is what I have on today under my powder blush. And this, beautiful. I love this shade. This is a great one. This is a nice neutral. It's not quite pink. It's not quite brown. It's not too warm. Absolutely gorgeous. Dries down to a matte finish. I've never had a problem with patchiness. I really enjoy this. These are super inexpensive. If you enjoy cream blush, I'd recommend it. And the other one that I grabbed was from NYX. This is their Sweet Cheeks, and mine is in the shade Baby Doll. And again, great formula. This one is a little more expensive than the LA Girl. The LA Girl is a squeeze tube. This is a tap it on. I do tend to like this applicator a little bit more because I just go boop, boop, and then tap it in with the e.l.f. Putty Primer brush. I will tap 1, 2, and then just tap it in, and easy peasy. This is a fantastic formula. I would not mind having more colors of this. This is a nice baby doll pink. It's staying. I picked out 2 powder blushes in April. The first one was from Colourpop. This was from their One and Done collection. I loved that palette. Lots of pinks and browns. It's in my it's retired, but I can't let it go drawer. But this blush I got in Burn Card, and wow, it is a really, really vibrant pink. I got a little bit of use out of this, but it is crazy pigmented. I did not find myself reaching for this, so this I will find another home. And the other one was my Milani Luminoso. This has gone through a few Shop My Stashes. This is fabulous. This is a baked blush. It's very smoothing to the skin. It gives a light luminosity. This has lasted forever. This is a great pinky peach glow from within blush. Fantastic formula from Milani, and it's staying. I don't care how old it is. I picked a third bronzer that I forgot about from Believe. This is the brand that's sold at Dollar General. This is the Believe Beauty, and this is their Toasted Bronze Bronzer. These are around $5, that whole line. It's beautiful. I will post a video that I once did on Believe Beauty. I should do it some more because I still reach for some of those items, including this one. And this one is kind of like a deeper version of my Ulta Baked Bronzer or the Flower Beauty. This is great. If this comes in other shades, I would probably recommend getting it in a lighter shade. I went a little bit too deep with this one, and if I'm careful with my brush and use a very light hand, it is great. This one I still enjoy though. I am going to hang on to it. Another powder that I grabbed was this one from Hourglass. This is the Ethereal Light, and this is one of their ambient powders. This, I was influenced by Emily Noel. She was setting under her eyes with it. Some people use it all over the face. Some use it as highlight. I did reach into it a little bit, not enough. This is a product regret. I'm sorry that I bought this because I just don't get the use out of it that I wish that I did. I'm not ready to let go though. I can still use it as highlight. It's not looking like it's going bad. Hourglass is very expensive. Make sure that you get the shade and the product that you want. And the last category was eyeshadows. I have so many eyeshadows. I really need to do an eyeshadow declutter. I will soon. I'm just not ready. Not ready to say goodbye to some. I chose this one from Hard Candy Monochromatic Shadows. I got this one in the shade, I think it's Purr, and it's pretty pinky purple mauves. This one is okay. It does not knock my socks off with its quality, but it is a solid palette. I mean, look at that shimmer. There's the one shimmer. Here's the other one. I wore it once or twice over the past month. These are just not colors that I run to a lot, but it's still good. Is it the best eyeshadow at the drugstore? No, but in the top 4 brands, this is a good formula. So just because it's the color story I'm not reaching for, I didn't wear it as much as I should have, but I'm still gonna hang on to it. And the last eyeshadow was this one here from Dominique Cosmetics. This is the Transition palette. I love this palette. I have this palette on today to frame out the eyes, and then I took a liquid glitter shadow and put it in the center. This is a super versatile palette that you can use on your eyes, on your face. I used it in my brows in the video that I did. I will link it. Fantastic. You have a black, you have a light cream. It is all mattes. So this sort of reminds me of the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette, but this one, it gives you a little bit more. Number 1, the pan sizes are bigger. Number 2, you have more than just brown, cream, and black and different variations in between. With this one, you get a little bit of yellow. You'll see I have this yellow shade a little bit higher in my crease. Then I took this more warm shade down here and I built up the crease and on the outer corner with that one. This is a nice staple in my collection. I'm happy that I own it and I will continue getting good use out of it. Now I'll go into my footage that I took in my bedroom. So check out what I grabbed and I'll be right back. Starting with primers, I pulled them out of my drawer so that I could see them. My drawer goes way too far back. And looking through here, I see a couple of my favorites. What I'm gonna choose is this Ulta Beauty. This is their matte face primer. I don't think I love this, so I want to get some use out of it because I know I'm working on a Sephora collection versus Ulta Beauty video. And I think I'm going to force myself to use this MAC Prep and Prime. I know it's been in my Shop My Stash before, It's probably one of my oldest primers, so I'm going to get some use out of it before I get rid of it. This will be a last run for you, Mac. Here are my foundations. I'm going to grab this Smashbox. I know it survived a declutter before. It's old. It's going to go. I think my Oma Beauty by Sharon C foundation is a little on the older side, and I love this one. And I'm going to pick one more. I think I'll go for this Makeup Revolution one. It's a little on the thicker side, and if I'm not loving it, I can find another home. Here are my powders. I have too many to fit in the basket. What I would like to do is take this Charlotte Tilbury. This one I have hit pan in, so I'm going to focus on that to get some use out of it. I'm ready to find a home for the Makeup Forever. This one has been reformulated. I'm going to focus on this NARS powder. This was newer, and I used it for a minute and then put it away and have not touched it since. So this one is going to get some love. Here are my cream, contour, and bronzers. And I would say most of these I use a lot. So what I'm going to grab is this one here that I think I got from Temu. I did not love this. I'm going to give it a last chance and decide if I need to let it go. And the other thing I'm going to grab is this Juvia's Place. I think it says Guinea is not a good shade for me. See it on my finger? It's a little yellow toned. So I'm going to see if I need to let this go. I like the formula. I could consider getting a new shade. Here are the powder bronzers. We have a mix of high-end and drugstore. And right away, just knowing my preferences, I'm going to find a new home for this e.l.f. I don't like it when the pans are small and they share products. I tend to be messy and get it everywhere. So that one's going to find a new home. Same for this one. I think this was a Temu. They're just a little close, so I will find a home for that one. This one, I think I already said I was going to get rid of it because it's just a little bit big and bulky and I don't use all the shades. And I recently replaced it with that one. So this one is going to go. I think I'm going to use this one from Sephora because sadly, I think this one may have been discontinued. So I'm going to get some use out of it before I let it go. You know, this little Viseart, I have not used this. I think I got it in a Boxycharm. Love Viseart shadows. So I'm going to use this one. Here we have the blush collection. This is the liquid blush collection. And I can see right now that this Ofra, I think I got this in a boxy. I did not like this. This is going to go. This one from Tarte is on the older side, so I'm just going to get rid of this one. Look at me just decluttering. Love, love, love. What I'm going to give love to and decide if I'm going to keep, I think will be this liquid blush from Flower Beauty. And this one, they're reformulating lots of stuff, so this one might be on its way out. Hopefully I can find it to link. Here we have powder blush. Some of my favorites sitting here. So easy to get rid of is going to be this little e.l.f. These two, super sad. Again, I think Sephora discontinued them. So you know what? I'm going to grab these two in case I need to find them a new home. I love them. Why Sephora? Here are the lipsticks, and boy, do I need to do a declutter. These are like sort of all my nudes. Over here are more of the pink shades, and over here are the reds. I'm going to grab this Rare Beauty. This is in the shade Wise. This is not old, but I have not given it the attention that I would like to. And I'm going to pick a red. I'm going to use this little Tom Ford red. I got this as a sample, and I think I really like it. I'm back. I have everything in front of me that I picked in that footage. You'll notice that I did declutter a few more things. This is so good for me. I hope that you find this helpful because I like forcing myself to use things, going through my drawers because I'm doing it for a video, and that is when I see things that I haven't touched in a long time and I may know that I'm not enjoying it. So that's when I can give it to my sister or my friend or my mom to get it out to make room for the new things that are going to be beautiful that I'm going to enjoy. Just for the eyeshadow palettes, I just wanted to mention I am super excited. This Natasha Denona, My Dream, I have not given it enough attention. I'm looking forward to playing with this one. It is gorgeous. And I just got that new one in my Boxycharm. What was it? The Zendo. So I'm going to have a fun Natasha Denona month in May into June. And the other one that I chose, you've been seeing on social media, Alter Ego came out with a new palette that is inspired by the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz, I believe. And it got me thinking about Alter Ego, and I really enjoy the palettes that I have from Alter Ego, so I grabbed my Goddess palette. Super excited to play with this one. It was out of stock for a while, it is back in stock, and this is inspired by the Natasha Denona Gold palette. I do not have that one in my collection. That makes me sad, so I'm glad that I have an alternative so that I can get these colors. I've made some gorgeous looks with this palette. Let me know if you picked up that new Alter Ego palette or any Alter Ego palettes that you may have. I'm curious. So that completes the video. I will have everything listed and linked in the description box below. If I can't fit it all, then maybe what is on my face will be in a pinned comment. I will make a note in the description box. If you're not subscribed, I hope you will consider subscribing before you leave. I would love to have you join me. I upload videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Give the video a thumbs up if you had some fun and it really helps me. And of course, leave me a comment. I will see you in the next one. Have a great day.